Thanks for tuning in. If you're looking for the latest data and insights for the marketing research and consumer insights fields, but don't have time for a 45-minute webinar, this video shares the top findings from our 2017 Marketing Research Salary Study, including updated salaries, demographics, and hiring market insights. The data in this video is from our 5th annual Marketing Research Salary Study, which analyzes the salary information and demographics of 775 market research professionals across the U.S. We'll take a look at salaries cut by client versus supplier side and by job category or level of experience, as well as data on industry, region, education, and gender. So how do we identify marketing researchers? Before we dive into the data, we think it's important to make sure we're clear on who we're talking about when we refer to marketing researchers. This might include professionals within consumer or shopper insights, category management, or media and audience research, and competitive and market intelligence. At Birchworks, we differentiate marketing researchers from predictive analytics professionals, data scientists, and web analytics professionals. We also keep marketing and brand managers separate since they're likely using insights, but are a little further removed from how those insights and data are curated. Next, let's take a look at some of the demographics from the marketing research industry. As you can see here, the vast majority of researchers have less than 20 years of experience. 42% have 10 or fewer years of experience in the industry. In this year's sample, all marketing researchers held a college degree, with 61% having an advanced degree, either a traditional master's, MBA, or PhD. And once again, we saw a fairly even split within research between women and men, with women edging out men at 54% of the sample this year. To segment professionals in our sample, we assign each professional to a category, either supplier side or client side, and then break those into several levels. On the supplier side, we split professionals into 3 levels, mainly based on years of experience. Titles vary so much on the supplier side that we rely heavily on years of experience to help guide our categorizations. On the client side, we use 5 levels based on job title and experience. For client side levels, job titles tend to be more consistent across companies, so these influence our categorizations more heavily than years of experience. Now let's dive into compensation trends. Here, you can see the median base salaries at all the job levels we analyze. As you can see, starting salaries at level 1 are higher on the client side versus the supplier side. Next, we take a look at how salaries vary year over year. Compared to our 2016 report, salaries on the supplier side at all levels increased by single-digit percentage points, from a 2% increase for those at level 2 up to a 5% increase for those at level 1. Looking at how client-side salaries changed since last year, results were more mixed, but still, professionals at all levels saw only single-digit percentage changes. Those at level 4 saw the best results, with a 6% increase. This might be due to the strong demand for director-level talent we've been seeing on the client side. Next, let's review some of the additional findings we uncovered in this year's analysis. We slice our salary data by a couple different factors, including education. An advanced degree tends to command higher salaries for researchers, as you can see in this example. We often field questions about whether or not researchers should pursue a master's or MBA, but each person's situation is different, so it's hard to offer a one-size-fits-all advice. We've only worked on a handful of roles over the last several years that have required an MBA, so whether an MBA opens more doors for you probably depends on your career path. However, all else being equal, many employers would probably choose a researcher with an MBA or the master's degree over someone with only a bachelor's. Another variable that we look at is industry. When you take a look at salaries by industry on the supplier side, marketing and advertising firms continue to pay higher salaries compared to traditional research suppliers. And on the client side, there's also some variety based on industry. At level 2, you can see that professionals earn higher salaries in technology and retail, but the highest salaries are seen in CPG. Salaries can also vary based on location. Generally, researchers in the Northeast or on the West Coast can earn higher base salaries than those in the middle of the country. However, those higher salaries generally don't make up for the higher cost of living in these areas. If you're considering relocating from one area to another, be sure to have realistic expectations on how this may impact your compensation. Let's quickly recap some of the results we've shared so far. Here's a quick rundown of the demographics we reported this year. 39% of marketing research professionals have a bachelor's degree, 26% have a master's, and 31% have an MBA. 42% have 10 or less years of experience in the marketing research field, and 54% are female. And here's a recap of some of the salary highlights we've covered. Base salaries shifted by only single-digit percentage points. Supplier salaries increased at every level, but client-side salary changes varied. The highest salaries are generally paid on the coasts, and salaries vary significantly by industry. And finally, professionals with a master's or MBA tend to earn higher salaries than those who don't hold those degrees. To close, here are a few market trends we've observed and the implications that each one has for both marketing researchers as well as those looking to hire researchers. The first one is that salaries have remained steady for the most part. Across the board, medians only shifted by single-digit percentage points. So what does this mean for marketing researchers? With salaries remaining mostly steady, it's even more important for researchers to show their worth if they're looking for a salary increase. Researchers should be able to craft a compelling story to illustrate why they deserve the amount they're seeking and highlight how their experience adds value to the team. And what does this mean for employers looking to hire researchers? With salaries fairly stable, employers shouldn't need to adjust salary bands significantly for research talent. However, it's important to see how salary targets at your company stack up compared to the marketplace. If you're interested in doing that, feel free to contact us and we can talk in more depth about our salary research and how it compares to what you're currently offering. We're seeing a movement towards some smaller research and insights teams, which has impacted the hiring process. Each person will have a greater impact on the dynamic of a leaner team, so many employers are placing a greater emphasis on soft skills. And with this, we've seen an increase in the use of evaluation methods such as assignments, tests, and exercises that are meant to thoroughly assess potential team members before they're brought on board. Researchers should keep in mind that assignments are becoming commonplace and should be taken seriously. Allow enough time and make sure to complete them with the same level of detail and dedication that you would for a project in your current role. It's a crucial stage for many companies, and they will see it as a reflection of your work. And for employers, in order for assignments to be effective, it's important to tailor them to the duties of the role and the level. Make sure that you have realistic expectations about the time commitment and avoid using a one-size-fits-all strategy. Be sure that the experience is seamless and that the instruction, assignment length, and subject are giving candidates the right impression of the opportunity and your company. The interview process is a two-way street, and candidates will view the assignment as a reflection of the company and the role they're applying to. Researchers with broad experience tend to be the most sought after. With some teams opting to stay lean, researchers with experience across a wide variety of research tools and methodologies are often considered highly valuable. Having a mix of different backgrounds and experiences can open up new approaches to solving problems and tackling research objectives. So for researchers, throughout your entire career, prioritize learning new tools and methodologies, and be open to opportunities in other industries. Having all your expertise in one area can hinder your marketability if the availability of roles in that area decreases. Lifelong learning is crucial as a marketing researcher and insights professional, as the technology and methodologies are constantly evolving in the field. And if you're in the position to hire on your team, consider looking outside your industry in order to build a richer and more diverse team. Experiences and methodologies within marketing research are often transferable to different industries, and considering candidates from other verticals can potentially expand your talent pool considerably. And lastly, we wanted to discuss the industry shifts we've been seeing. Industries such as CPG and retail continue to feel the impact of a shifting market. Many CPG firms have downsized their larger teams or reorganized their employees to other departments. This means that many client-side researchers are now looking for opportunities in other industries or with research suppliers. Now, there are certainly exceptions, as some major CPG firms are doing very well. Some have made strategic acquisitions, others have predicted and properly capitalized on health and wellness trends. If you're a researcher on the client side and you're concerned that you're in an industry that's experiencing little to no growth, now might be the time to consider a change. It could be a great time to shift industries and broaden your experience, which helps your marketability in the long term. If you're hiring for client-side insights roles, looking outside your industry might help to open up the candidate pool and expand the skill set of your team. If you're hiring on the supplier side, you may start to see more client-side candidates. These candidates could add interesting skill sets and insider perspectives to your work. If you're able to capitalize on any relationships they may have with potential new clients, it may also help to justify their higher base salaries. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, Birchworks is an executive recruiting firm specializing in the placement of quantitative business professionals within the fields of marketing research, analytics, and data science. We're the leading resource for quantitative talent and hiring market insights and produce 3 comprehensive annual salary reports for our main specialty areas, which can be downloaded for free at birchworks.com/study. If you're a researcher searching for your next role, be sure to explore the opportunities on our niche job board. Or if you're hiring, you can post your role on our board, which is trafficked by thousands of insights and research professionals. Contact us for more information. If you're looking to add to your market research or consumer insights staff, we'd be happy to speak with you about your year-end or 2018 hiring needs. We offer contingency and retained services from research analysts all the way up to chief research officer. Feel free to send an email to info@birchworks.com if you'd like to connect. And be sure to follow Birchworks across our social media channels to stay updated on all of our latest research and career and hiring resources. Whether you're hiring research professionals or looking for new opportunities, email info@birchworks.com to learn more. Thanks for joining us today, and be sure to check out some of our other videos on the Birchworks YouTube channel. We've got lots of resources for both hiring authorities and professionals looking to plan their careers. See you next time.